Hey guys, and welcome to the weekend roundup with Scott and Matt, where we're talking about the latest news and movies and TV, what we think about it, and then we'll talk about whatever is on our mind that week.
All right.
This week we're going to be talking about shared universes and what we think about that. But first, let's go into the headlines. Matt, what do we got first?
First, we have Star Wars. Holy Star Wars. A lot of Star Wars news.
Holy Star Wars. No war, but Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I guess. Do you have more details for us?
Yeah. So it was announced, Bob Iger and a chairman's meeting this week announced that the title for the first spinoff of Star Wars will be Rogue One.
Yep, and this is the one that's being directed by Gareth Edwards.
Yep,
and was written by Gary Whitta.
And who's the other guy?
I can't remember.
Well, I didn't write it down.
Yeah,
but he was coming in to do rewrites.
Yeah, do the rewrite.
So that was announced and given the release date of December 16th, 2016. So almost just shy of a year after episode 7.
363 days later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it was also announced that episode 8 will be coming out on May 26, 2017. A year for 40 years and a day the original Star Wars came. And well, that one, if you didn't know, is being directed by Rian Johnson, who did Looper.
I actually did not know that.
You didn't know
That's
that?
cool. I liked Looper a lot. I thought it was.
I thought Looper was not bad.
I thought it was good.
It was interesting.
I'm all about that JGL though.
Yeah, right. But I think he'll be cool in Star Wars. I think he'll be good.
Yeah.
Gareth Edwards, I don't really know that much. I didn't like Godzilla.
I was not a fan of Godzilla either. I thought it was an hour too long, and it was an hour and 20 minutes.
The characters were kind of
yeah.
Bryan Cranston got killed off way too early.
The last 20 minutes of the movie was fantastic.
Yeah, they really could have made it a short film.
Yeah,
and that would have been cool.
Yeah,
Godzilla, a short film, and then
but
so that's a lot of Star Wars in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
More than we're used to.
Yeah.
Do we think it's going to be, I don't want to say Star Wars overload because of we get 3 Marvel movies a year, but does it kind of diminish the
about
Star Wars?
I think with Star Wars, it kind of does because Star Wars has always been a slow roll. Like the first 3 movies.
Every episode is an event.
Yeah. The first 3 movies took place over whatever it was, 10 years or something like that. And the next 3 movies, which the prequels, took place
still
over
came out a few years apart.
Yeah, I think it was 7 years or 8 years total.
Episode 1 came out in 1999, where I was too young to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
But then when episode 3 came out, I went and saw it by myself at the theater. So I mean, by then I was at least in middle school to go see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're kicking things off really fast. We'll have to see if episode 7 is really good. Then obviously people will want to see episode 8, even though it's only a year and a half later. And then as far as the standalone, I think that's more for dedicated fans than anything else. I think it's, we said we're getting rid of all the extended universe, but we're making our own, kind of.
I'll probably still see all of them.
Yeah.
I've never been an uber Star Wars fan. I think I've liked Star Wars just the right amount.
Yeah.
Never over the top, but I've seen the movies. I have the action figures. I was going to bring them in, but I thought that might be too nerdy. I got a Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I got a cool Yoda. I got my Mace Windu because he's the best part of the prequels and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of the same level as you because we were young enough that we didn't grow up with the original trilogy.
Yeah, we grew up with the prequels.
Yeah, we grew up. So it's I get where diehard fans of the originals were kind of mad about the prequel, but I think for people like us, it's we grew up with it. That was our trilogy. Yeah,
because I was 6 years old when episode 1 came out.
Yeah.
So I am out.
Yeah. And like I said, I understand why people get upset about it. Like they took away all the mysticism of the original trilogy, but I don't know.
I just don't like prequels in general.
Yeah, it's not a good, because how things are gonna end up,
Right?
Like
it's like,
how
what's
they're
the
gonna
point?
end.
I don't care about this.
Yeah, so I'm glad that they're doing 7, 8, and 9 versus 1, 2, and
Negative
3
1,
again. Yeah,
-3, -2, -1.
yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah. And don't ever remake the prequels.
Yeah,
Let's just not.
Well, it's like some people's solution was like, oh, remake the prequels, or say that the prequels like.
Star Wars TV show was good.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Star Wars Rebels, which I guess you could kind of consider a prequel because it's a prequel to, but it comes out.
Yeah,
it's about different characters than the ones we know.
Yeah, and that's where like prequels can make sense, as if it's about characters that existed outside of the story, and it just
it's about the formation of the rebellion.
But
so
yeah, I don't know. That's probably enough Star Wars talk, but
yeah, I mean everyone's just going nuts, so we had to cover it first.
No, yeah,
right away.
I'll see it.
But yeah, what do we got next?
We got Tron 3.
That's your theme. So, are you excited for Tron 3? Do you care?
I was
give a shit at all.
Me and Ashley saw the most recent Tron movie in theaters. It was meh.
I thought it was kind of cool looking, and I liked the music.
It was cool looking, and the music was cool, but I don't really care about the storyline.
No, it's kind of dumb. I'm surprised they were even doing Tron 3.
Yeah,
I almost thought it wasn't going to happen because
Tron 2 did so bad.
They were disappointed with the returns. They expected a lot more than it got.
Yeah. No, I'll still probably see it, even though I wasn't impressed with Tron 2. Hopefully Olivia Wilde will be in this one again.
I think I don't know if she's set to return yet.
Yeah.
She probably will be, though. She kind of has to.
It's the whole reason I saw it.
You have a big Olivia Wilde crush?
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of was Tron Legacy was what made me kind of get into Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Because I never liked Daft Punk. I still don't really like Daft Punk that much. But their music on there made me appreciate Daft Punk.
Yeah. I
saw it at IMAX at the zoo.
So
that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't think we saw it in 3D, I think, because I think that was the only way
3D IMAX at the zoo.
I'm pretty sure when it first came out, that was the only way you could see it was 3D. I don't think they had a regular option.
Came out. I was a senior in high school when Legacy came out, and I skipped school the next day because we saw the midnight release.
Yeah.
At the zoo, and we didn't get home till like 2 or 3 in the morning. I was just like, Mom, can I not go to school tomorrow? I'm a good student and I never skip school.
Yeah.
So
that was like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 release. I think we saw it together. We might have seen it together. We went to the midnight release or something. Yeah. And I think it was I must have just started at McNally, because I remember skipping school the next day because it was like,
I'm not.
It was like 3 or 4 in the morning by the time we got home.
I think it came out. The first Amazing Spider-Man came out in 2012.
Yeah, so it must have been.
Yeah, you must have
just started
or were starting.
Yeah, because I remember it was like 4 in the morning, and I was like, nope, not waking up.
Screw that. So Tron 3, I don't really. Oh well.
Yeah.
Brings us into our next sequel topic.
Yeah.
Frozen 2 was greenlit this week.
Yep. Not surprising.
In the same announcement with Bob Iger. I think this all came from Bob Iger talking to the board or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was inevitable we were going to get a Frozen 2. I thought it was already greenlit.
It was. I mean, you knew it was.
You knew it was.
But it wasn't.
When a movie is the 5th highest grossing movie worldwide of all time, it's going to get a sequel.
Yeah, I mean, that's
just stupid if it doesn't.
That was charting on the box office like 4, 5, 6 months after it was released in theaters.
People love it. I don't understand why, but people love it. I think it's the kids.
Yeah,
I mean, and the little girls.
Did you see it?
No, but I watched a CinemaSins video of it.
Okay,
that was enough for me to understand everything about the movie. I was like, oh, I don't need to see this.
I saw it with my niece. Obviously she's a little girl, so she loved it. I thought it was good. I mean, it was as good as any other Disney movie, and it's one of those things. Yeah, it's made for kids.
Yeah,
But you, you, I guess.
I liked Wreck-It Ralph a lot more.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph was really good.
Wreck-It Ralph, out of these Disney animated movies,
But this is like classical Disney animation
Yeah,
with like they sing songs, and it's and there was a lot of people, a lot of parents that were against their kids seeing this because they thought it was like trying to make their kids lesbians or something. It's like they're sisters. That's nothing to do with lesbianism.
people in this country are so damn stupid. Really?
Yeah, there was a lot of
It's-
I can't remember what it was. It was like Christian moms against something.
Being
or
a
other.
feminist doesn't make you a lesbian. And either way, neither one of those are a bad thing.
Yeah.
So why do people care?
And it's like it wasn't even about like feminism. It was just like I'm happy by
Just
myself.
empowering
like,
yourself, self-empowerment.
Yeah, I don't know.
It had a good message. I can see why it was. I understand why it was so popular.
Yeah.
But it's for a 20-something-year-old male, it's just not really my thing.
And it's not meant to be.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Avengers to come out. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, all from the same company.
Right.
So Disney they don't care.
Disney knows what they're doing. See, and the best part, I think people trash on Disney. My roommate really doesn't like Disney. But I'm like, okay, they buy up these properties. They bought Marvel. They bought Star Wars.
Yeah.
They have all this stuff. But they don't dig their hands like, okay, we own you. And they have the money to give them for stuff. They're like a backer, but they let them do what they want.
Yeah. Well, it's like they didn't take the Marvel stuff and try to make it specifically for kids. Like they didn't make it, it has to be PG. It can't be swearing.
They own Marvel.
Yeah.
Daredevil's MA.
Yeah.
That's violent.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's what I think. I respect Disney's. They buy these properties and they're just like, we own, like, okay, we get the returns, but you guys have the creative freedom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like ABC Family. I don't know if you watch any shows on ABC Family, but it's like some of them are really, really adult and like really adult themed teen shows,
I've seen Pretty Little Liars. That show is intense. Have you watched it?
I think me and Ashley watched like the first 3 episodes and I couldn't handle anymore because I was like, you're getting text messages from this number.
Okay, I've got friends that are really into the show and they've watched it, and watching it with them is crazy because then you start to feel how intense it is.
Yeah.
You're just like, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're pretty good at that. So I'm off topic. Whatever. Forget it. Let's just move on to the next thing because I don't know where I'm going.
All right. We got
more
Dumbo.
Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Dumbo.
Yeah.
Tim Burton is apparently directing a live action Dumbo for some reason.
Yeah. And obviously Johnny Depp is going to be in it in some role.
No.
Yeah.
He'll be the racist crow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we talked about this a little bit, and I've heard a lot of people bring this up, is this movie is really dark.
And really sad. Like, it's not a feel-good kids movie.
And B, it's really racist. Like, it shows of the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Yeah, what well, I'm going to look up what year Dumbo came out.
40s, maybe 50s. Like, it was... It might have been a little bit later than that. But it's an old movie, and they had the crows who were dressed in like blackface.
1941.
1941. Yeah. I mean, it's an old movie.
Really old.
I mean, this is pre Disney's making cartoons about freaking Hitler. Like, I don't know if people remember this.
Oh, you're
Disney
right.
for years and years made
the
cartoons.
Propaganda pictures. In the Führer's face, or that was a Donald Duck or something. I remember watching that in high school.
Yeah, in history classes and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
But this news comes out at an interesting time because I don't know if you have heard, but the Ringling Brothers Circus has said that they're going to be phasing out their elephant acts within the next few years because the way they treat the elephants is really cruel.
Yeah, I like how it's like, yeah, we know we treat the elephants really cruel. We'll stop in a little while.
Yeah, they're phasing it out. I mean, because I guess you have to phase it out, or I don't know. I don't run a circus. I don't know how things work. But so maybe this movie will like, because this movie addresses a lot of the
Yeah, maybe they could
elephant
find a
cruelty.
positive way to spin it, but I don't know why this movie is being remade.
I don't. It's
Yeah.
out of I can't like Beauty and the Beast, get it. Cinderella, done. The Maleficent, yeah.
Maleficent was actually good.
See, well, not for me. I mean,
Did you watch it?
No,
or-
it's not for me. I'm not
Okay.
going to see it because I don't care.
It was surprisingly better than I thought it was.
Really,
Or
I've heard
thought it would
Cinderella
be.
is really good.
I haven't. Yeah,
Beauty and the
I don't know
Beast
if I
is
have any
shaping up to be
interest
pretty good.
to see Cinderella. Beauty and the Beast, I'll see because Emma Watson's in it. But
Yeah. But when they announced Dumbo, I was like, is
yeah,
this really the next logical place to go?
yeah, I just don't know what they're gonna do with it live action. You know?
Well, aren't there even that many humans in Dumbo? Like, is there even a point for it to be live action? Does
Yeah.
a need for it to be live action
Yeah,
even exist?
live action with CG. I mean, most
CG.
Yeah.
So why not just make it an animated movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
It just
Because they're Disney's cashing in on the live action stuff now too.
But-
Maleficent, and then we have Cinderella, and like you said, Beauty and the Beast. I'm sure we're gonna get more.
But
Disney
they have
princess
human
movies.
characters. I don't remember. It's been a long time, but how many actual human characters are in Dumbo?
I have no idea. I haven't seen the
So
movie. For
I guess I'll have to
time.
hold judgment until I see a trailer.
Yeah.
But
all right.
what are we
Next,
doing next?
Ghostbusters. We also were going to talk about Daredevil, but I don't know where I put that in the slide. So we'll go to Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Okay. Yeah. So it was announced this week too by Sony that along with the all-female Ghostbusters reboot sequel, they're going to be doing a male one with Channing Tatum, and apparently the Russo brothers are attached to it.
Yeah, and
Chris Pratt is interested in it.
Yeah, and then I think is
Dan
this the
Aykroyd
one?
and Ivan Reitman have created like it's an actual like Ghost Core. It's a new new company or whatever focused on making Ghostbusters movies and a Ghostbusters shared universe. That's why we have our whole topic for today.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
That makes
so like apparently this has been something that Dan Aykroyd's been working on for a while.
Okay, and is this going to be through the Sony leaks? There was some stuff with like Channing Tatum saying that he wanted to do. I think it was with Jonah Hill. He wanted to do a Ghostbusters movie that's a little bit darker, like a little bit more serious and a little darker. Is this? Do we know? Is that what the way they're going, or is it going to be? Or is it going to be 21 Jump Street dressed as Ghostbusters?
I just
like that's what these movies feel like. Like the all-female one, I was saying, it feels like it's going to be bridesmaids dressed up as Ghostbusters.
My thing is, I liked when they announced the cast for the new Ghostbusters, the all-female cast. I was like, this is a good cast. I love Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon. I was like, I'm glad they're finally getting some like starring roles because they are the funniest women out there right now.
Yeah.
But then I'm just like, I also don't give a shit about more Ghostbusters movies.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I just have all those women in a movie, and does it have to be labeled Ghostbusters?
That's what I mean is like I feel like they're just these people, like even Channing Tatum, and like if Jonah Hill joins or if Chris Pratt joins, Chris Pratt is going to be, his typical bumbling character that he is in Parks and Rec. And,
Andy Dwyer with the proton pack.
Yeah, and Channing Tatum's going to be the same kind of doofy or like dumb jock that he is in 21 Jump Street.
So it seems like because you were talking about the female characters too, they're all kind of like
they'll kind of
we can almost kind of like write down exactly which role each of these actors are going to play.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. You can kind of fill in the blanks with jokes, and then like I said, it's just dressing them up as something else.
Yeah, again, I have to wait till I see stuff and see a trailer, but.
Yeah.
As of right now, I don't care about I liked the original two Ghostbusters because I grew up with those being on like TV and stuff like that. But I don't care about it anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't.
The Ghostbusters shared universe, like why?
I don't know.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that a bit more. Yeah, I don't know. I'll still probably see them, but
I'm up. I'll see at least one, see what it's like, and then we just gotta wait to see something. It's all just talk and speculation right now. So now
there we go.
Now we've got Daredevil.
Out
of order there. So this week the second full trailer really for the new Daredevil series on Netflix dropped, and it is dark, bloody, violent, rated TVMA.
Yeah. And
it looks so good.
Yeah, and it shows, or it's like showing how much the show will actually be like its gray area. Neither of them are really bad. Neither of them are really good. I'm talking about Daredevil and Kingpin.
They both have kind of the same goal, different means of going about it.
Yeah. They both want what's best for the city. It's just how they go about it. Yeah. And they both cross over from good and evil. So it's going to be really interesting. I watching that trailer, it looked like a movie trailer.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope we do get to see that red suit though in this season 1 at some point.
Like, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I'm so excited for this.
It comes out on the day of my mom and Steve's wedding reception.
Yeah.
So I can't watch it the day it comes out. I have to wait till the next day.
Yeah, that's rough.
Because I'm going to be too busy driving to Duluth and getting ready and stuff.
I'll be watching all of it for you.
Watch the whole series I'm gonna watch the whole series on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Monday before work.
I mean, yeah. What's great is it's like a 10-hour movie, basically.
13 episodes.
It's
13-hour film.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. I can't wait.
And with all the talk of like the Luke Cage and like AKA Jessica Jones and
Iron Fist.
Yeah, I'm getting really excited.
I think I'm most excited for AKA Jessica Jones.
I'm excited for all of it. You know what I mean? I want to see where they take all these characters, and like what I like is that it's connected to the big overall Marvel universe.
Yeah.
But it's kind of its own universe within itself.
Right. It's like the smaller pockets of it's like the movies we're seeing the big picture, and then with like Daredevil. Steve's been doing it. With Daredevil, you're taking like a microscope or like a magnifying glass to a certain area.
Yeah, I mean,
and then seeing
it's a neighborhood.
What's going on in this pocket?
Yeah, it's universe. A neighborhood of New York.
Yeah,
I mean that's
it's on the street level.
Yeah,
yeah. The Avengers are like the Olympus gods, and then here's what's going on over here with this guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm super excited.
Yeah. That one last line in the trailer was like, maybe if he had an iron suit or a magic hammer, I can see how because the guy gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, he's like, I don't get how you can get beat up by him. You know.
Yeah, maybe if he had an iron suit or a magic hammer, I was like,
yeah, that
was a funny little nod there.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to ask you real quick because we were talking about these guys. So in AKA Jessica Jones, I've been seeing like promotional stuff or tweets. They're talking about David Tennant playing Kilgrave. That's what they're calling the character. But we know him as the Purple Man.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll actually be purple on the show, or will they not make him purple? I hope they do.
I don't think they will, just because of what we've seen of Daredevil so far. They've taken away like in the Ben Affleck movie, like the red vision, like how he sees and stuff. It's, they're making it more grounded in reality, even though it is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, because Jessica Jones was a superhero. She had superpowers. They're going to address that. She's a former superhero. Luke Cage will have superpowers.
Yeah.
You don't think he's going to have purple skin? I hope they do, because that'd be so cool.
Maybe it'll be like kind of spoilery, this last episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Where the Kree had like a masking, something like that.
Look.
Yeah.
Because the TV budget to make him look purple.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess because he wears a suit, really just paint like.
Well, and it's just like if he was purple and walking around on the streets, people would be like, "What the hell is wrong with this guy?"
See, I don't think he walks around on the street.
Okay, well then I don't know. I don't know the character at all. So.
I don't really know it that well either, but I hope he's purple, just because the comic book nerd in me wants him to be purple.
I could see him being purple, but I have a feeling they're gonna go with a little bit more realism for this series. Like I said, even though that sounds ridiculous because the whole thing is
absurd.
Yeah,
he releases pheromones that makes people do what he wants them to do.
Yeah, maybe when he's using his powers, he'll turn. You know what I
He
mean?
turns
Like
purple?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Although that would probably cost more budget.
He's got to be purple at least at some point.
Yeah.
And not just wear a purple suit because that'd be
That'd be-
stupid. All right. What's our last headline of today?
Okay. This was following HBO's announcement of their streaming service HBO Now. CBS president, who owns Showtime, said that Showtime also has a streaming service in the works, and it will launch by the end of this year. Is the way they make it sound. CBS has their own streaming service now, I guess. It's $6 a month. So
I think that's honestly stupid because anyone who's watches CBS is too old to know what a streaming service is.
They have cable anyways. But we'll see. It'll probably be more than $6. I think it's going to be around $15, which I think is too much. I think
because I'm willing to pay because I have my Netflix and Hulu. I'm willing to pay $15 for HBO Go. But but I want Showtime. If Showtime is also $15, I'm gonna struggle with wanting to pay for that because then I'm like, well, why don't I just get cable?
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to drop the prices. I don't think that it's sustainable at $15 a piece. I don't think enough people are gonna. I think
because the whole HBO Go thing is a 3-month exclusive contract with Apple.
HBO Now.
HBO Now. HBO Go. HBO Now. Yeah, sorry.
But
after that, it's gonna go to it. We'll go to be able to go to other platforms and stuff.
Yeah,
so maybe around that time it'll drop in price.
Yeah, it'll be accessible.
I think $10. I would pay the $10.
Yeah, it's gonna be accessible to start on iPod or iPhones and iPads
Apple
as
TV,
well.
Right?
Yeah, Apple TV as well as web browsers. So you will be able to use it on your computer, presumably.
Well,
you won't be able to use it on your Chromecast. Yeah, you won't be able to use it on your Chromecast. You won't be able to watch it on your Android phone or anything. But the other thing to keep in mind is that Comcast has been blocking people who use HBO Go. They've been blocking HBO Go if you don't subscribe through your Comcast itself. So like, let's say somebody gives you their HBO password. They've been, you know what I mean? Users have been reporting that they're getting blocked out of the service. Like it won't let them connect to it if they aren't a subscriber through Comcast. So we'll see how this goes for their.
Luckily, the password that I use is a subscriber through Comcast.
Yeah,
and I have Comcast, so I don't have any problems.
Yeah,
so I can watch my HBO.
Yeah, I can't. You know,
I can watch girls every weekend and complain about it on Twitter like I do.
Yeah. I can't like confirm that myself, but it's just what a lot of people have been reporting. Yeah. So we'll see. If this launches for $10 or something, maybe I'll get it. There's Showtime shows that I really like. There's HBO shows that I really like.
The only thing was there's some Showtime shows that I really like. I think I watch Showtime shows more than HBO.
It's just HBO shows are so good.
Yeah.
Like HBO shows, if they're really good, they're like the best of their class.
I watch Shameless and House of Lies.
Shameless is so good.
You watch Shameless?
Yeah, we only watched the first 2 seasons.
Oh my god, it just keeps getting better and
Ashley's
better.
dad had Showtime for a long time. So
well, it's on Netflix.
We would just. Oh yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking the American version, not the UK? Okay.
Yeah. It's on Netflix.
Huh. I'll have to go back and watch because I think we watched through the end of the season 2 and then
watch
Ashley's
it. Dad someone canceled I can talk Showtime. About it with. No one else I know watches it.
It's such a good show.
And the relationship between Mickey and Ian is like the best relationship on TV. I think it's just God. The show is so good. So I watched that, and I've been watching House of Lies. I powered through House of Lies.
House of Lies. I don't know if I've heard of that one.
Don Cheadle, Kristen Bell, Ben Schwartz. They're management consultants.
Oh, okay. Was this the one? No, I'm thinking of something else. There was a show that was started with like Robin Williams. I thought Kristen Bell was a part of it.
No, that was Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
Other blonde.
But I liked House of Lies. I like House of Lies. But the thing with the Showtime shows that I watch, they only air during the winter. They're like mid-season shows. So they start in January. But otherwise, I don't really watch any Showtime shows throughout the rest of.
Yeah, and we'll also see. We don't know if these are like you're locked in on a year contract or if they're month to month. I
Yeah.
don't think either of them have announced that yet.
I could just get it for these months and then cancel it and then pay for it.
Hopefully.
That'd be cool. I would do that.
You know, or if they do like a yearly contract, if they offered a discount.
That was my
like if you like
thing
imagine.
I don't like with Amazon Prime. I didn't really like the whole pay $100 at once and then I get Amazon Prime for a year because I kind of quit watching this stuff on Amazon Prime.
Well, and then you get to a point where you forget about it, like you forgot that you paid the $100, and then all of a sudden it's like a renewal again, and then it's like, oh shit, $100 out of my account.
Cancel that soon because I'm not gonna.
But
I like. Okay, sorry, off topic.
No, well, I was gonna ask you a question. How do you feel if like HBO, said it's $15 a month, or if you pay for a year, it's $10 a month? You know what I mean? Like if you pay $120
so it's cheaper
at once,
if I pay.
Yeah. Because like a lot of places
I might do that.
Yeah. Because I think I would too. Save $5 a month and just keep it the whole year rather than. I mean, I guess it depends on.
There's shows on HBO that I watch all year. I watch.
And hopefully the streaming service goes back through all their archived content.
And they have a lot of movies on there. I was scrolling through HBO Go. Sorry, I keep saying HBO Go because I use HBO Go.
Yeah.
Right now, someone else's. But because I have, so many roommates, we share a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So I've used that. And I was scrolling through and they had like the Lego movie on there. It's like they have good stuff on HBO.
Yeah.
That, not just their own original content.
Yeah, we'll see. And this is the other thing. I don't know if all the content that HBO has on HBO Go will be available on HBO Now. I hope it will since it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Because I think HBO is $10 if you have a cable subscriber, and it's $15, or if you have a cable subscription, and it's $15 if you're doing the standalone. But
yeah, so I thought about getting cable when we first moved into our new house, but none of my roommates wanted to go for it. So I said, well, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for the headlines
for this week.
All right. So that brings us into our main topic of discussion that we wanted to chat about, because we got this whole Ghostbusters shared universe nonsense business.
Yeah.
We're just going to discuss shared universes, universi.
Yeah.
Whatever the plural for universe is.
I don't know. I tried looking it up. I couldn't get an answer.
I don't know. Someone let us know if you do. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to throw it to you because I want to know what your thoughts on just the concept of a shared universe in general. Do you like that?
Typically, yes. I think if it's done well, a shared universe is better than like disjointed single stories.
You like what Marvel's been doing.
Yeah, I like what Marvel's been doing. I'm trying to think of like other things. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to have like just sequels in a story. You know what I mean? Like have a 3-part story that's, you have 3 movies and it just follows that story and then it's done. It's like, another thing to have multiple movies.
It's long form storytelling. It's like a TV series, but on the big screen.
Well, and it's like not even that, but it's just, the like writer and the director's ability to reference the existence of other material without it, being a continued story of that.
You feel kind of good. You're like,
yeah,
like that Daredevil thing we were talking about.
Yeah,
like
with
the iron suit, red shirt. You're like, oh,
yeah, or like Guardians of the Galaxy, where we didn't run into Thor, we didn't run into like any of the typical Marvel characters. The Collector was like the only character that I think was in the movie that had been in other Marvel movies.
He was in the end tag for
he's in
Dark World.
Yeah, but other than
Thanos,
I guess that's true. That's true too. But you know what I mean? The story existed without it being like and Thor and Iron Man and all this stuff. But there was nods to it.
Yeah.
I think that can be a good thing. That can, you know what I mean? Like it can exist within the same universe without having to directly interact with each other. But I think sometimes it just feels like a shoehorned in.
Yeah, like I think for Marvel it works because also they went into it with like we're gonna just make a good Iron Man and see where they didn't announce that they're gonna do a shared monsters universe right
Yeah.
away. So that, but do you think it will work for DC? Because I think for the comic book movies that it works best for the comic movies because that's how they are in real, like the comics, where they have their standalone stories, but there's references to the other things. They have the big team up issues. I feel like for the movies that makes sense for the comic book characters, but then when you have like Universal Studios trying to make a monsters shared universe,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, why?
To make money. So
Well, right, to make
hopefully
money,
so more
but
people see
from
all
like
of the
a
movies.
story point,
Yeah.
doesn't make it any better.
Well, this is where like earlier we were talking about this. I said I think to be like a good shared universe, the stories have to be able to stand alone. Like they need to be able to, you know, be their own story without the other movies and make sense and be good. You know what I mean? If it relies too much on one or the other, then it's not a very good universe, or like
Right.
it's not a very good shared universe.
Yeah.
With the DC stuff, I don't know, because DC comics to me feel more disjointed than like Marvel comics. Like there's crossovers, but Batman in Gotham
works best alone.
Yeah, it feels like his universe is alone, and then every once in a while somebody from the outside will cross over.
Yeah. Well, if you've been keeping up with the comics now, apparently a lot of people are saying that I kind of gave up on the DC comics, but like the Batman comics right now haven't felt as Batman as they used to be because someone keeps coming over all the time.
Yeah.
It's not just Batman in his element by himself anymore.
Yeah.
It's Batman and his friends.
Yeah. Or like another good example of this is the Flash, because I read the new 52 Flash series. I think it was only a couple comics. Or like maybe 2 volumes or something. But it felt like a very Flash story. Like he only fought Flash villains. He only did Flash things. He only existed in whatever, I forget the name of the town. Central City. And there might have been a crossover at one point. Like I think at one point, you know, another DC character comes in, but it feels like they're crossing into his universe. Whereas like Marvel, I feel like most of their comics, like the Avengers is a good example. It feels like a very
when you read a comic, there's always a character from someone else always inside.
Yeah, from Marvel.
Because it also helps that all their stories take place in New York, so there's like a reason for them to see.
Yeah,
Spider-Man swinging along, and then there's Daredevil. Hey, dude, how's it going? Because they're neighbors.
Yeah,
you know. But when you have someone from Gotham going into Central City or something, it doesn't make as much sense.
This is kind of a side thing. Is Gotham supposed to be Chicago, or is Gotham supposed to be New York?
Gotham's supposed to be New Jersey.
New Jersey.
In New Jersey, yeah.
Okay. And then Central City is supposed to be Boston?
Central City's in Missouri.
That just doesn't make sense.
Central, it's a Midwestern city.
But it looks like Chicago.
On the show?
Kind of, yeah.
It's because it's filmed in...
Well, in the comics...
It's filmed in Vancouver.
Is it?
The show.
That doesn't make any... Okay, whatever. That's just a question.
I always thought Gotham was more like Chicago, especially in The Dark Knight. It looked more like Chicago.
Yeah. Well, that was... I thought Gotham was New York. I just didn't know which one.
No, because... yeah, Gotham is in New Jersey. Metropolis, I want to say, is actually in Delaware.
This doesn't make any sense. DC, you're fucking up.
They're in weird states. And then I think like because Green Arrow is from Star City.
What's Star City?
I think that's in Washington.
Like as in East
Washington State.
Washington State.
West Coast.
Yeah.
And then there we go. Coast City is California.
Okay. I just
okay, where I'm looking up where Metropolis is located. It doesn't say on here.
Yeah, I was just always curious because I never really understood where everything was supposed to be located geographically. But anyways, back to shared universes.
Yeah, I'm still gonna look this up because I'm curious.
So I was saying, like, I think if it's a good standalone story, or if like, let's say like Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, you could watch those movies and you may be missing some information if you didn't see other Marvel movies.
But
for the
still
most
works.
part, yeah,
I have
for
a
the most
friend-
part, it works.
I have a friend who's only seen the Thor movies.
Yeah, and
She's never seen Avengers.
and it's like that's a good sign that the shared universe, is like additive and not subtractive. Like if you
Right.
see all these movies, you get more, but if you don't see all of them, you're not getting less. You know,
Right.
and it's like Thor has a storyline that happens in 1 and 2, and then probably in 3. I mean,
Thor Ragnarok, I'm actually excited for.
yeah,
Before we decided to talk about shared universes this week, I wanted to talk about what side character do you want to see? Not main character,
yeah.
like someone get their own movie. What side character would you want to see most get introduced into the MCU? Because I really want Beta Ray Bill to be in Thor Ragnarok. It won't happen.
Who is Beta Ray Bill?
He's like this horse-faced alien. He's the protector. He's like of his race. Like his race is all like cryogenically frozen. He was genetically altered to be the like prime, like.
So he's Khan. I'm just kidding.
Kind of, but yeah, kind of. But he's really old.
Yeah.
So he's like the protector of his people, and he was the only other person to be able to lift Thor's hammer.
Oh, okay.
And he fought Thor, and then they became buds, and Odin actually made Beta Ray Bill his old hammer called Stormbreaker.
Oh.
So like I'd like to see him come across Beta Ray Bill. They did a good episode with him on Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think is missing or hasn't been a part of Marvel movies very much. I'd love to see more like sidekicks, more smaller characters. You know what I mean? Like even if they're only on film for a couple minutes.
Yeah, more side. Well, Marvel doesn't have any sidekicks.
Well, I don't mean like sidekicks, but I just mean like smaller characters like that. Like that'd be sweet to have, that character.
Side character.
Yeah, like even, if he's only in 3 minutes of the movie or something like that.
Yeah, little confrontation or whatever. But that brings up like kind of back to like our main thing is like, so it works for Marvel.
Yeah.
It could work for DC.
How well they do
it. But depends on how well they do it. But like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That doesn't even seem necessary or that there's enough.
Well, and
there's enough. I don't even think there's enough. I know there's a lot of expanded material for Ghostbusters, but is there really enough for there to.
But this is where I bring up like sequels. I think of sequels or like a storyline. So like Star Wars up until this point, at least if you just count the movies that are considered canon, I wouldn't call it like a shared universe. It's a storyline. It's a chronological story, and there's parts of it that are broken up.
For Star Wars?
Yeah, for Star Wars.
Yeah, for Star Wars, it just is a whole universe. It's not a shared universe.
Yeah.
It's just
until Rogue One. Now you're getting into side characters.
But I don't know if that's really shared because Star Wars is an ensemble. The way I look at it. Well, so like we're like Star Wars out of all of them makes the most
thing. I'm hopeful that it'll be good, but like Ghostbusters, there's no reason for a shared universe. It should just be a storyline.
Yeah.
If they're gonna make it anything, it should be another movies that are connected together. Not, here's Ghostbusters in New York and here's Ghostbusters in Chicago, and they're different crews and they're doing different things and it's like we don't need that. No. Just make a story or don't make the movie.
Right. So
I can't think of any other like shared universe movies.
People keep talking about bringing the X-Men back into the MCU with Marvel.
I don't.
And I think X-Men is totally fine by itself, and I prefer it alone because if you have X-Men with all the Avengers characters, I feel like that just gets too many characters.
That also have to. That also their stories don't fit fantastically well together.
No, and the X-Men don't really fit into this universe that Marvel has built.
Yeah, and from what we can tell from the Inhumans, at least so far, in Agents of Shield is it seems
They're
like
kind of
they're
the new
taking
mutants.
they're taking the role of mutants in this universe.
Yeah.
So there's not really a need for X-Men in the Marvel universe, and I think X-Men stands alone just fine on itself. Like they have their own shared universe with it. You know what I mean? Like they have stories that branch out. They're gonna have a Deadpool movie. What else? There are more Wolverine movies, obviously a Gambit movie, which I don't not completely sold on, but we'll see. You know, like it doesn't need
to be added.
Yeah,
we don't need too much in one thing; it might just get confusing. So, I did look it up though. Metropolis is actually in New York.
Okay.
Along with New York City. Dude, DC doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I just like it would make sense if instead of New York, there's a city that we call Metropolis instead of.
They both exist. That's a thing that I in the Justice League Avengers crossover comic that the DC universe. You didn't know that
Justice League Avengers?
JL Avengers?
No.
Yeah. It was a crossover. It's a multiverse like crossover kind of comic.
I gotta read that.
So one of the things was that the DC universe is mega urbanized because like Marvel's world is like the same as ours pretty much.
Yeah.
But in DC, like everything is way urbanized.
So like there's way more humans.
So in the Marvel universe, where Central City would be is really just fields.
Yeah.
It's just nothingness. But in DC, Central City is this big city. So
it just doesn't make sense.
It's just weird.
It is weird. I guess, you can change the world however you want, I guess. You're making
They're the writers. They're fiction.
You're making
you can do whatever you want.
That can fly and
run at faster than the speed of light.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. So I think that's about it. We talked about all we could. Yeah, exhausted is the word.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the end of our weekend roundup for this week. I'm Skosh. You could find me on Twitter and Instagram at Scotty Boy Feet. BWO 4 Ys.
3 Ys was taken.
Yeah. And Matt, where can they find you on the webs?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Hagnerd, HAGNERD.
You can follow both of us and our whole channel on Twitter at Fuzzy Loaf. You can subscribe if you want, like us, comment, let us know what you want us to talk about. We have another show where we talk about pop culture stuff and do debates. If you ever have a topic you want to suggest for that, let us know. It's not just purely movies and TV. It's kind of everything. Did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. Later.